What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our RPG series. I know it's been a while, but I am Oni Mike over here at the Game Creator, and we're just going to jump right back into it for all of you that have been waiting for so long, so patiently, for me to come back and get this back to you. Now, I stated in my new series that I started, I will be posting up all my series and stuff and all the updates that I can. Um, about what I'm doing in the series that I'm making. But we're going to jump back into this one. This is our RPG series. Where we left off, we were able to choose our gender, our character, and name our character and everything else. So if we hit play, we can see that we got select character. We got mage, warrior, or ranger. So let's say mage. Are you sure you want to be a mage? Yes. What is your name? Is your name Mike? Yes. Choose your gender. Female? Oh, nope. Two, nope. Choose your gender. Male. You sure you're male? Yes. Okay, so you are a male mage who goes by the name of Mike. There we go. So that's everything that we were able to get set up, and where we left off was that we were going to be setting up and assigning our points. So that's where we left off. Now, if we come into our choosing gender function that we made, we can see our call function assign points is already up there and waiting and ready to go. So we're just going to jump over to our assign points function and we're going to get into it. First of all, what we need to do is that we need to create a menu so we can see what we're choosing and then be able to put our points into those options. So first thing we want to do is add a new script. We want to scroll down. We want to find variables and we want to set a variable or attribute. So select that. We're going to choose this expression drop down and we're going to create a new string list. Okay, and this variable, we're going to call it point menu. Now this function that we're setting up, we'll be able to reuse it anytime we level up or anytime we get points that we want to be able to assign to our skills, or I mean our attributes, or whatever you want to call them, our strength, our dex, our intelligence. Every time we want to be able to add points to those, we'll be able to call this function, and there we go, we'll be able to add them. So what we're going to do is that we're going to add to a list, so we need to add a new script, we need to come down, we need to find variables, and we need to add a value to list. And double click that, and what are we going to do? We're going to double click this point menu. We're going to hit Control and hit C to copy it, and then go to Add to List, Control V to paste it, and we're going to add it as a text. So drop that expression, hit it as a text, and we're going to name this Strength. Okay, or abbreviate it. Now we're going to copy this whole thing, so click the Add to List, go up to Copy, and then paste it twice. Alright, now that we got these two, we're going to go to this middle one. We're going to call it Dex. And this last one, call it Intelligence. Now you can add as many as you want to. You can have the whole roster. Like if you're familiar with D&D, you can have Strength, Dex, Con, Wisdom, Charisma, Agility, whatever you want to have. You know, I know Dex and Agility are basically the same thing. But whatever, you know. This is just so you get the basics of how everything works, and then you can make it to, you know, your liking, how you want to be able to do it. So once we get these variables set up and we get this added to the list, we need to add a new script, and we need to go to show a menu. So on output, find show a menu, and we need to type an expression. So we're going to change this text to an expression. Okay, inside of these brackets, actually, you know what, just erase this. Okay, we're going to do this from the top. Hold shift, and we're going to get our quotes, and we're going to say select an ability score to add points in, period. You have, okay, we're going to do a space, quotation, space, plus sign, game.pov dot points, plus sign, space, quotation, space, available, period, quotation. Okay, now what that's going to do, it's going to show us this text, and it's going to say select an ability score to add points in. You have X amount of points available. So it'll tell us how many points we have available before we even try to spend them. Okay, what option from the list dictionary? We're going to hold Control and hit V, because our point menu should still be in our clipboard. So if not, just go up here, double click one of the point menus, hold Control, hit copy, or Control C, and then hit Control V to paste that. Now the reason why I control and paste so much, I know I've explained this, but it keeps your naming convention the same so you don't accidentally mess up. Now we want to be able to allow the player to ignore this menu. So we're going to leave that yes. And then after we choose it, we're going to run a script. What script are we going to run? Well, let's add a new script. We're going to click this if button. So if we're going to say result equals, equals space, quotation, quotation. Inside the quotations, we're going to say strength, like that. So you want it to look like that. If it equals strength, what are we going to do? Then we're going to add a new script, print a message, and we're going to ask how many points would you like to assign to strength? Question mark. Okay, so it's going to ask us how many points do we want to assign. So, and afterwards we're going to type, what is that, parenthesis? Or bracket, or whatever, bracket, and we're going to say EX double period for an example, and we're going to say 1, 3, 5. Just so people know to actually type a number that they want to assign. So they can assign any kind of number that they want to, but they have to actually type the number in. Okay, then after it asks us that question, we need to get an input. So go to output, get input, hit add, and then we're going to run script, add a new script, come down to variables. We need to set a variable or attribute. So we're going to set I, and we're going to say to I and T. Make sure your T and your I are capitalized. Okay, what this is going to do is change our result to an int. Okay, so we're going to do the half curly bracket or curly bar or parenthesis, whatever it's called, and we're going to say result, close the parenthesis. So it's going to take the number that we type in, it's going to turn it into an integer that Quest can read, and then we'll be able to save that as the variable, and we'll be able to call that later on. So then what we need to do is add a new script, as if. We need to say game.pov.points is greater than or equal to I. Okay, so it's only going to run this if we have enough points. Alright, so it's not going to run this, you know, if we have whatever. It's not going to be able to run this if we don't have the correct amount of points, okay? Then once we got this and it checks it, then we need to set another variable. So add a new script, scroll down to variables, set a new variable. I'm hoping you guys are getting used to this by now. Okay. So I'm going to copy this game.pov right here. I'm going to control C, copy that, set variable. We want to set variable game.pov.strength to an expression. We're going to hit control V again, dot strength space plus I. Okay, so it's going to take our game strength our strength score, and then it's going to take it and it's going to add the I value to it. Then after we do that, we need to go ahead and add a new script. We're going to scroll down to set a variable. We're going to set another variable. We're going to hold control V because we need a player again. We're going to do dot points. We're going to do the same thing over here. Control V dot points space minus I. Okay, so we want to take the score that we add to our strength and we want to subtract it from our available points that we have. Now we're going to add a new script. We're going to print a message. Going to change this message into an expression. Okay, and inside our parentheses here are quotes, sorry. We're going to say your strength, strength score is now, and we're going to space, come outside of the quote, we're going to add our plus, and we're going to say game.pov.strength. Okay. Oops. Yeah, game.pov.strength, and then we're going to add another plus, space, oops, I'm very sorry for that. I was rendering a video. There we go. Okay. So, sorry about that interruption. Threw me off a little bit. Now we need to do another quote, space, period, or actually no, do quote, no space, period, quote. So it's going to say your strength score is now yada yada. And it's going to tell us our overall score and then have a period at the end of it. Then we need to ask a question. So add a new script. We're going to ask a question under output. And what are we asking? Well, we're going to ask an expression. Okay? We're going to say, would you like to assign more points? Question, space, come outside of the quote, and we're going to plus game.pov.points plus space quote space points remain, and we're going to do an exclamation at the end of that, and then do another quote. Okay, so what that's going to ask us, it's going to say, would you like to assign more points? It's going to say 7 points remain. Okay, so that way you can know if you want to add more points at the end. And if we do, then what we're going to do is we're going to ask a question after running the script. We're going to say if result equals true, capital T. Okay, then what we're going to do is add a new script. We're going to call a function So go down to scripts, call function, and what function are we calling? This one, assign points. Oops, assign points. Alrighty, so let's see, I hope I got all that right. Okay, so if it's true, it's going to recall this function. And if not, we're going to say add else and hit add a new script, print message. And we didn't put in our command yet, but I'm going to go ahead and type this in, and then we'll make the command later, okay? So we're going to say, let's say, very well, you can always assign points by typing points. Let's do a comma. Or let's do this like it would be in the command. So semicolon, I think that's called. Let's go points, PTS, semicolon, PT, semicolon, score, semicolon, assign, and any other thing that you can think of as well that you want to put down for your command that's going to be able to that's going to run this function. Okay, so then we're going to what do we need to do? We've got an entrance floor. Okay, good. So after this print a message, we need to add a new script. We're going to say wait press key, and we're going to add, and then after you press a key, we're going to move object. What object are we moving? Where is it? Move. Let's just, there it is. Okay, so if you didn't see, add a new script. On the top, there's a tab that says move. Okay, you're going to click that. We're going to say move object expression because we're going to be moving ourselves. So game.pov, and we're going to move it to object entrance floor. All right. So once we're done assigning our points, we'll be moved and we'll actually be, I'm doing air quotes here, in game. We'll be teleported in the game. Um, so let's go ahead and give this a try, huh? Let's hit save. Oh, shoot. Cancel. Sorry. Hit save. Let's hit play. Alright, so I'm going to go through this quick. We all know this works. So mage. Yes. Say name is Mike. And by the way, I'm selecting this by hitting 1 or 2. So you see I type 1, that's going to tell it yes. Choose your gender. I'm a male. Yes, I want to be a male. Okay, so you are a male mage who goes by the name of Mike. Select an ability score to add points in. You have available. Oh, let's see. It doesn't say anything. Do I have the points set up? Okay, let's go into our mage. Let's go to attributes. And yes, we do have points. So why did that not show up? Okay, let's go back to assign points. Let's go to look at, there it is. Okay, I said point, not points. So remember, spelling, always key. Spelling is always key. Anything like that, see, I spelt it right down here. So, all right, go ahead and play again. I'm gonna try this again. 1, 1, Mike. Yes. Gender, male. Yes, I'm a male. Okay, you have 6 points available. There we go. Now that works. Okay, so I want to add, let's add some into intelligence. That did not work. Alright, stop game. Okay. What did I do wrong here? Oh. Well, I'm a dingle dork. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, here we go. I only did the result for the strength. I did not do the result for anything else. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go back in, I'm going to run this, but I'm going to choose strength next time. Okay, so I'm going to go, I got to do a warrior. You know, that's just how it goes. Mike, yes, yes, yes. Okay, you have 6 points available. I'll choose strength. Okay, how many points would you like to assign to strength? Let's say 3. Okay, your strength score is now 5. Would you like to assign more points? 3 points remain. Let's say yes. Okay, select an ability score to add points in, whatever, yada yada yada. You have 3 points available. Let's say strength again. Okay, how many points would you like to assign? 2. 2. Your strength score is now 7. 1 point remains. Let's choose no. Very well, you can always assign points by typing points, PTS, PT, score, and assign. And then there's our wait key, and then you are in an entrance floor. Alright, so all that worked. Our strength score up here is now a 7. Oops, is now a 7. So all that worked very well. I just mistaken. I didn't add the rest, I didn't add the script for the rest of the dex and the intelligence. Okay, so what it's going to wind up being is on this one, we're going to scroll down and add else if here. This is where we're going to say result. Oops, result equals quote quote DEX. Okay, so if our result equals dex, then what we're going to do is basically almost the same exact thing here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up to get input and print. Oops, scroll back up. And we're going to copy all those. We're going to scroll back down. And here we are going to paste it. And instead of strength, we're going to highlight that. We're going to capitalize DEX. Okay, and then we're going to come down, and anywhere it says strength, we're going to make that dex. Dex. Okay, here where it says strength, I'm going to dexterity. Okay, dexterity. Would you like to assign more points? That's okay, that's okay. Dex points. Sure that's spaced. Don't want any arrows because of spaces or anything else. So our dex should be up and running. And yep. So all that should be up and running now. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a timeout. I'm going to give you guys a little midway quiz, and I want you to make this exact same thing that we made for the strength and the dex, but I want you to add it on this other add else if, and I want you to do it for the intelligence. So, go ahead and pause the video here, and then I'm going to do it myself, and then when we come back, we'll go over it, and I want to see if you guys knew how to make it yourselves. So, I'm pausing. Okay, welcome back, and I hope you got it done, and we're going to go over it and see if you got it done. So, if you came out with this, okay, add else if expression result equals quote int, then print message, how many points would you like to assign in intelligence? And then we set our variable, change it to a result, grab our points, greater than I, game.pov intelligence, Same thing over here. We're adding. And then we go, your intelligence score is now game.pov.int. And then the rest is pretty much the same. So what we're going to do, if you guys have this, if not, go ahead, pause it over, and go through and make sure you have it. And then save it, and then we're going to play the game. Okay, so this time I want to be a mage, because I like mages. Yes, Mike. Yes. Gender is male. I'm going to go intelligence. How many points would I like to assign to my intelligence? Let's go 3. You have 3 points remaining. Yes, I would. And I would like to assign some in dex. How many in dex? 2. 2. I have 1 point remaining. My dexterity score is now 2. You know what? Since I got a nat 2 for being a male in my strength, and I am a mage, you know what? I'm not going to need that extra point. I was going to put that point in strength. You could, you know, if we went off of strength for your HP, but no, that's going to go for melee base attacks. So no, we're not going to do that. We're going to say yes, but we're going to add our last point in intelligence. So go to intelligence, and we type 1. You have 0 points remaining. Of course not. Very well. You can always assign more points by yada yada yada. And then we're at the entrance floor again. Okay, so now we've seen that strength, dex, and intelligence work, and it copies it all. We got 4, 2, and 2, which seems like a pretty decent setup if you ask me for a beginning mage. Okay, he's got good intelligence, and he's actually got some strength. He's not like, you know, no strength. Maybe we can use, yeah, our armor can be strength based. How about that? You know, the type of armor that you can wear goes off your strength. I think that'd be pretty cool. Be pretty straightforward, huh? The stronger you are, the heavier armor you can wear. But anyways, there we are. We got our points assigned and everything. And right quick, what we're going to do is that we're going to make a command. Let's go up to our command bar and let's add a command. We're going to name this command assigning score. Assigning score, okay. And then what our assigning score is, let's go to assigning points again because we already typed it out. If you type this out like I did. Okay, what I'm going to do to get the whole convention, because this is exactly how you would type it out there, I'm going to highlight it, Control C to copy it, go back up to assigning score, our command, and then up here under pattern, we're going to Control V. And that's exactly what we will type. Any one of these, and it will bring up this command. So what command are we going to do? What script? We're going to add a new script. We're going to scroll down to scripts and call function. Assign points. Okay, make sure that's the same spelling and all that. And we're going to save it. And we're going to go test this out. So play. So we're going to go through all this. We're going to forget to assign our points, okay? We're going to act like we forgot. So mage, yes. Mike, yes. Male, yes. Okay, and we're going to can we, let's type 0. We have 6 points remaining. Okay, let's just say something like that happens, and we go through, and we know by if we type one of these, we should be able to assign our points, right? So let's try the first one, points. So we type out points, we hit enter, now we say select an ability score to add points in. So we go to intelligence, let's type 0 again. Okay, no, very well. Alright, so it tells us each time, so we can go to, let's just type PT. Bam. So it takes us there each time. So here we can assign our points. Okay, we have how many points? Let's say 4. You have 2 points remaining. Yes. 2, 2, 0, 2, no. Okay, now see, here we go again. We got our same scores we did last time, and we did it outside of the menu thing. So when we actually assign um, points to our character, and the character wants to be able to add the points to their score without having to wait or whatever, you can add this in as a command to where they can just type in, PTS, and they can add their own scores whenever they want to and increase, however. So there we go, guys. That's assigning our points. That's making the command to be able to assign our points afterwards and all that good stuff. So the next time that we come in, we will start working with weapons. We can already equip them. We are going to be changing our equipping function. So like under our mage, if we go to attributes and we can see equipment is object staff. Okay, we're going to be changing this up. Uh, it will no longer display object staff. What it's going to end up doing, we're going to end up running a script, and it's just going to say the name of the object, but it will be an object staff that, you know, is in whatever we're holding. But we're also going to be using the new wearable features. If you don't know anything about that, you go to game, you go to features, and you got all these tabs here that you can check to add functionality to your game. Okay, and here are mine, the ones that I'm using for this. There was a few extra ones that I believe I checked after the videos, which is going to be show advanced option for wearables and show advanced scripts for game objects and annotations. Annotations you don't have to use. It adds a tab to the room for the authors to keep notes, not to be seen by players, so you can add that. And we're also going to add lightness and darkness to our rooms because this is going to be an RPG. In an RPG, there are dark rooms, there are light rooms, and so on and so forth. So we will be working with that, and with our objects, if we come to like our staff, we go to features, and if we say it is a wearable, and we go to wearable, and we say can be worn, okay, we can make it a wear layer. So our wear layer will be what layer that weapon gets held on. So let's say our weapon is held in slot 4 or layer 4. Okay, nothing else will be able to be held in that hand while we have that equipped. So nothing can go into slot 4. So if we make our weapons, only equipped to slot 4, then, nothing else will go there but weapons. So that way, if we're able to equip the weapon, we'd have to have that layer open. So that means we have to unequip a weapon and equip it. So, and there'll be much more here that we can add. We're going to end up adding armor, which gives us protection. And it will give you bonuses to attributes, which we will be setting up our dexterity, our strength, and all that stuff, which everything will be able to work together simultaneously, and it will be awesome. So I look forward to bringing you this next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm so sorry again for the wait. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and until next time, later.